What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at Road to the Final Mahrez, 86 rated, and I think he's one of them ones that, to be honest, is a little bit overlooked when coming to all of this. Obviously, we do have Dembele at also an 86, which is quite a nice card, don't get me wrong. Dembele, even in his gold card, is absolutely phenomenal. I really rate him still, even, a month and a bit into the game. But Mahrez is one of them ones. He's got the 5-star skills, he's got the 4-star weak foot, he's left-footed, obviously medium on his work rates. But I think he's mainly missed because his gold card just is not up to scratch this year. He's managed to get himself an 84, which I did find a little bit odd, but I suppose with how well Sterling's done, I suppose Mahrez has not really had a huge amount of shining potential. He's had a couple of matches in Europe, in obviously the UCL, so he's kind of been very limited to what matches he has played and how much impact he can make, because we do know Mahrez is not a bad player. Guaranteed he did have a better season at Leicester during that freak win. But I still think he is a highly rated player when it comes to being on the ball. Obviously, with the 5-star skills, you're already expecting quite a nice dribbler. With the 90 dribbling on this card overall as well, I am already pretty hyped for this card. He's around about 270k to 290 on Xbox and PlayStation, but obviously the new icon swaps objectives have made that a little bit more expensive, just purely for the fact that you need them 11 UCL players in the rival matches to get yourselves one of the icon swaps. So they will be a little bit more fluctuated, a little bit more inflated when it comes to buying them at this moment in time of recording this video. A week down the line, 2 weeks down the line, when people have finished that objective, more than likely they will go down. So do be prepared for that, because I personally bought him at 240 and I got him luckily just before that event came out. So I ended up selling him for 10 to 15k more than what I actually bought him for. But anyway, let's get into it. So Mahrez as a whole, he's Algerian, obviously right wing for Man City in the BPL. So the link wise, obviously you've got Man City links there. You could go De Bruyne, you could go Aguero. There's some nice players he can link with. Nationality wise, it's very limited. I believe there's not really any gold cards you would actually want him to be linked with. Obviously icons are in this as well. You could easily link him with an icon to get himself a good link there. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's any Algerian icons in the game as of yet, so we won't get no perfect links for him. But the Man City players overall, you could box him in, get Sergio Aguero up front or something along them lines, and box him in. He only needs one link. That's easy as it does it. You can then still link the squad with loads of other players, loads of other leagues and nations, and still have the 10 chem on Mahrez. So that's already pretty good linkability, and obviously the team in general can be quite good. Pace wise, he's got 86 on the overall. He's 89 acceleration with 83 sprint speed. It's not bad. Obviously a boost would be nice. He's got 82 shooting, which gives him 83 positioning, 80 finishing, 83 shot power, and 84 long shot. So that already tells me that if you're going to use him as more of an attacking winger, potentially like a right forward more than a winger, definitely need some sort of chemistry style on that. 82 passing overall, a few 84s, a few 80s on vision, crossing, free kick accuracy and short pass. 87 curve, which is again a nice stat. But overall, if you're going for a crossing right wing or someone who's going to be passing quite a lot, again, it will need work. The main stat that he does not need work on is his dribbling. He's got 93 agility with 87 balance, which is always nice to have. 77 reactions, which isn't the greatest, but to be honest, you can still get away with that. 91 ball control and dribbling, and 84 composure. So for me, dribbling wise, I'm quite happy with it. I think he's got a really nice balance throughout. A couple of 90s in there, which is always nice. 79 stamina, which can be an issue. Obviously with right wingers, they are the meta to actually just bomb it down the wing, cut inside and just pass it across box. That is basically the real sweat meta this year. And with 79 stamina, you will find he will lose it very early on into the second half. Personally, you will not be able to keep running down that wing forever with this card. You'd personally need to sub him out at least before, say, the 70th minute to really get that fresh on for your players. 56 strength, 50 aggression. Again, it's not fantastic, but we're expecting that on a right wing. It seems that right wings and left wings do not get any strength, and it takes a very freak, maybe like Hulk, a friggin' nature to get someone with high pace, high strength, and all of the above. Personally, chemistry style wise, I'd be looking at something along the lines of Deadeye. That would turn him into a 90 rated right wing. You could go with Hunter if you are looking for that all out pace and shooting. Obviously that leaves his passing that little bit more open, being only 82 rated overall. So bear in mind with that, you would get 96 pace overall, which is always fantastic. You'd also get 87 shooting, which makes it better. It doesn't make it absolutely outstanding, but it makes it better at the very least. Obviously with Deadeye, he does get 92 shooting rather than the 87, which again is something that I'd probably be looking towards. I can kind of deal with the 86 pace. I don't need everybody on 90. So for me personally, I'd be going with Deadeye, if anything, just to really boost that shooting up. You'd end up with 95 finishing, 93 shot power, and 98 positioning, which I think just overall is a lot better than obviously what you could actually get. So for me, I would go with Deadeye. Now let's talk about a player. What did I like? What didn't I like about him? I think personally, there is better cards out there for a lot cheaper. I'm not going to toot the whistle, but there definitely is. For 260k, or at least say 240 before he goes out of packs, is he worth the investment? Because these cards, they're not necessarily reviewing on their overall base, because more than likely, half of these will go up, and that's why the selection has been chosen. There's pretty much a good 80 to 90% that are guaranteed almost to get out of the group stage and at least get 1 to 2 upgrades going forward, and Mahrez is definitely one of them. Man City, I do not see them getting knocked out of the group stage, and potentially they could go at least another 1 to 2 rounds, getting him up to an 87 for the out of the knockouts, 88 for say winning the first match, and then an 89 for going through to the next round. This card could turn himself from an 86 to a 92 if they manage to win the Champions League. Now, is it worth it? That is the point. Mahrez, could you imagine him becoming a 92 rated right wing card right at the end of FIFA, or April, I believe the UCL final is. Granted, it'd have to go a little bit before it, so you'd have him as a 90, you'd have him as an 89 and a 91, all the way through FIFA. Untradeable, tradable, what have you. It'd be a nice card. It'd be very, very nice, and it would take a lot to get rid of him for someone else. I think probably the only couple of players that you'd say right wing would suit more, bar from icons because they're a new breed this year, is Messi would be one, regardless if he got to 91, 92 or whatever, and Salah potentially another. I think Salah's one of the ones that, even on his gold card, is a fantastic player nonetheless. So for me, I think saying is he worth it, I would probably say he is worth the gamble, especially if you do manage to get him for the low end of the 240s. I think most definitely at least another rating or two. He'll probably not go up a hell of a lot, but you won't lose any money on him. I'd say obviously you've just got to bite the bullet, and if if say they are losing, you maybe take a loss, but we've all seen it. We saw Barca versus Liverpool. Liverpool's players went so low in that first match, and you literally could pick them up for so cheap. By the second match, when they came back, which obviously is a freak kind of happening when it comes to the match, because come and get back from Barca when you're that far down is very, very difficult. So you wouldn't be able to predict that. But it happened. That can always happen. You've just got to take the risk, and sometimes it may be worth actually holding on to a player. And I think Mahrez definitely as an 88 or an 89 would be a phenomenal right wing. I think you could definitely say he'd be very close to Salah's level. I'd like to see what the upgrades actually would do to him. If he managed to get any more shooting, pace and passing, that would be completely fine. I think that would actually be really, really nice. So going into the overall, personally, I do think he is better than Pepe. Pepe is a good right wing, but I think he's got his limitations. Being only an 83, I think the Starlight hit him to start with, and obviously being 80 to 90k, pace was a massive thing, and now he's being packed. I believe he's dropped a huge load. So for me, I believe Mahrez is better than him, mainly on the dribbling aspect of anything. I think pace-wise, Pepe definitely takes the cake, but for dribbling and overall ability, I think Mahrez is better. Personally, I do think Sterling is better than Mahrez, though. Obviously, he's probably not he's not used to that, because Sterling is an incredible player, obviously 2 ratings higher than him and also cheaper than him currently on his gold version. Sterling's just quicker, got the same pretty much style of dribbling, but I think he's a bit more agile when it comes to being on the ball. Shooting wise, Mahrez is better. I do think Mahrez has got a sweet left foot going into that, so he does have that over Sterling, but I think the overall game of Sterling does outweigh Mahrez's performances. Obviously 250k, like I said. Personally, I'm giving him a 8 out of 10 for value for coins. I do think he is worth the coins. Obviously, I'd rather wait until he's dropped a little bit more when it comes to very close on the end of Wednesday, just before rewards. Personally, I don't know if he's going to drop during rewards, because obviously we're going to be going very close to the end of it, and they are very, very hard to pack. You never know. Sometimes they just don't go up or won't go down. So you want to make sure that you're getting him for the very cheapest price possible. And then he 100% is worth them coins if you are looking to hold on to him. I've given him a 7 out of 10 for FUT Champs. Personally, he's okay for FUT Champs. I personally wouldn't go for it, mainly because you've got better players for cheaper amount. Personally, for me, I've got Sterling untradeable. I would much rather play him than Mahrez. So for me, I don't think he's that material if you've got other players, basically. 6.5 out of 10, mainly because the card's got to go up. I want to see what that card's like when he hits an 88 or an 89. That is when I'm going to be really excited for this card, and potentially will try and pick him up again to give you this review update. And apart from that, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.